Good day everyone. We are the Group 6 and I am John Benedict Javier.
And I am Jerome Lejano.
I am Carl Andre Lucido. Our topic is attempt to amend or change the 1987 Constitution. The 1987 Constitution provides for 3 ways by which the Constitution can be amended, all requiring ratification by a majority vote in a national referendum. These modes are a Constituent Assembly, People's Initiative, or a Constitutional Convention. Using these modes, there were efforts to amend or change the 1987 Constitution, starting with the presidency of Fidel V. Ramos, who succeeded Corazon Aquino. So the 3 modes was purposely made to amend or change the Constitution. In Constituent Assembly, the Congress has the power to amend or change the Constitution by voting. It needed to be 3/4 votes from the House of Representatives and the Senate. People's Initiative, on the other hand, is about the citizens. They should collect at least 12% signature of the registered voters to propose change. The Constitutional Convention gathers elected delegates to discuss and propose amendments. Second slide, please. The first attempt was in 1995 when then Secretary of National Security Council Jose Almonte drafted the Constitution, but it was exposed to the media and never crossed through. The second effort happened in 1987 when a group called PIRMA hoped to gather signatures from voters to change the Constitution through a People's Initiative. Many were against this, including then Senator Miriam Defensor Salgado, who brought the issue to the court and won with the Supreme Court judgment that a People's Initiative cannot push through without an enabling law. Second attempt to change the Philippine Constitution was made using the People's Initiative. They gathered signatures from the voters to amend the Constitution. However, the Supreme Court ruled that the People's Initiative method cannot be done due to the lack of an enabling law.
Succeeding President Joseph Ercito Estrada formed a study commission to investigate the issues surrounding charter change, focusing on the economic and judiciary provisions of the Constitution. This effort was also blocked by different entities. After President Estrada was replaced by another people power and succeeded by his Vice President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, then House Speaker Jose de Venecia endorsed constitutional change through a Constituent Assembly, which entails a 2/3 vote of the House to propose amendments or revision to the Constitution. So, former President Joseph Estrada attempted to amend the 1987 Constitution through Concord, which means the constitutional correction for development, aiming to attract foreign investments. However, politicians and various sectors rejected the proposal, citing concerns over Estrada's self-interest. So after Estrada's ouster, former Vice President Gloria Arroyo continued charter change efforts. House Speaker Jose de Venecia pushed for constitutional change through a Constituent Assembly, requiring a 2/3 vote. However, protests led de Venecia to retreat and prioritize a constitutional convention instead. So this initiative was also not successful since the term of President Arroyo was mired in controversy and scandal, including the possibility of Arroyo extending her term as president, which the Constitution does not allow.
The administration of succeeding President Benigno Aquino III has no marked difference in character change, except those emanating from different members of Congress, including the Speaker of the House, Feliciano Belmonte Jr., who attempted to introduce amendments to the constitution that concern economic provision that aim toward liberalization. This effort did not see the light of day. This passage is talking about how President Duterte's background in Mindanao, a region that has faced long-standing poverty and violence. Influenced his views and policies in December 2016, he signed an order to set up a committee to review the Philippines 1987 Constitution. In an upsurge of populism, President Rodrigo Duterte won the 2016 presidential elections in a campaign centering on law and order, proposing to reduce crime by killing tens of thousands of criminals. He also known advocate of federalism, a compound mode of government combining central or federal government with regional government in a single political system. Duterte had run for president on a strong law and order platform promising to fight crime by taking extreme measures. One of his key ideas was to push for federalism, a system where power is shared between a national government and local governments. His advocacy is in part an influence of this background, being a local leader in Mindanao that has been mired in poverty and violence for decades. On December 2016, President Duterte has signed an executive order creating a consultative committee to review the 1987 Constitution. Before Duterte, President Aquino's administration wasn't very interested in changing the Constitution. The only notable attempt came from the Speaker of the House, Feliciano Belmonte Jr., who tried to push for economic reforms to open up the country's markets. However, these efforts didn't succeed. And that's all. Thank you.